tape has to be cleaned off. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa barakatuh.
I have come up with a new idea, as always, right? You have to always be ready to reinvent yourself. So I felt that maybe I was giving you guys too much explanation, so I'm going to give you less explanation. Hopefully you can remember it more. Does that make sense? I think I was giving you too much. So I'm going to lighten it up, inshallah, and we'll try to get through more by doing less. Okay? Is that okay with you guys, or you want more? Huh?
It's okay.
You want more?
No. Less.
Oh.
I think it's the person that don't take notes is asking for more.
Yeah. Inshallah, no problem. But I think less is better. I think you guys will be able to, hopefully. What do you guys think? Is that correct? Maybe we're giving you too much?
I think it's good.
I thought so. I thought it was just the right amount, but I see people are forgetting too much. So if they're forgetting, that means that it must be too much. Might be information overload.
We're just not practicing every day.
That too. I'm trying to make excuses for them.
No.
But that's exactly really what it is, that they're not practicing every day. But
not them, us. We all a team. So when one falls short, we all fall short.
So we'll lessen it, inshallah. Tayyib?
Oh,
I left my other note. Tayyib. Bismillah. Anybody who memorized? Any new memorizers? Go ahead, Bismillah. I have my notes right here.
حمدا كثيرا طيبا يا رب لك أعطيتنا خيرا كثيرا ربنا كفاك عن كل ما عيوبنا ثم الصلاة بعد والتسليم على النبي المصطفى الكريم وآله وصحبه الكرام السادة الأبرار والعظام وبعد فاعلم فخير ما ترى فيه لسان ناطق وما درى هنالك به التوحيد لله رب الكون والتمجيد وهذه أجوزة قصيرة في حجمها لكنها كبيرة في وصفها ولفظها والمعنى تشرح الأسماء الإلهية.
إله الحسنى.
قال الحسنى قول فيها بعد بسم الله وراجع توفيقه إلهي أقول مستغفرا ربي من التقصير ومستمدا فضله الكبير سبحان ربي سالم وزهرية ولم يحفظهم به ولا فكر أسماء الحسنى صفات الأولى أو
في اللفظ والمعنى تعالى ذو العلا.
المعنى تعالى ذو العلا الله ربنا هو المعبود حبه تعظيما هو المقصود من الإله لفظ المشتق سبحانه هو الإله الحق ورب ذو التربية العظيمة خلقه بنعم العميمة السيد العليم وهو المالك والأرض والسماء وما هنالك الرحمن فالرحمة وصف ذاتي أما الرحيم فعل وصفاته وقيل الرحمن جميع الخلق واسم الرحيم أهل الحق نقص ولا نوم ولا فناء
حي حياة
بالكمال فاضلة يوجه الدوام والبقاء
No. حي حياة بالكمال فاضلة
في حياة بالكمال فاضلة
لا عدم سابق ولا يعرض له
لا عدم سابق ولا يعرض له
نقص ولا نوم ولا فناء
نقص ولا نوم ولا فناء لوجه الدوام والبقاء قائم بذات المقيم لكائنات المقيم.
ما شاء الله بارك الله فيك أحسنت. You did good. Abdul Nasser, عندك شيء؟ You got something for me? Go ahead.
الحمد لله سابق النعم وخالق الإنسان من بعد العدم فالحمد ثم الحمد ثم الحمد لك حمدا كثيرا طيبا يا رب لك أعطيتنا خيرا كثيرا ربنا سترت عن كل الوراء عيوبنا ثم الصلاة بعد والتسليم على النبي المصطفى الكريم وآله وصحبه كرام السادة الأبرار والعظام وبعد فاعلموا فخير ما ترى به لسان ناطق وما جرى بنان كاتب به التوحيد لله قوم والتمجيد
لله رب الكون والتمجيد.
لله رب القوم والتمجيد وهذه رجزة قصيرة في حجمها لكنها كبيرة في وصفها ولفظها والمعنى تشرح الأسماء الإله الحسنى أقول فيها بعد بسم الله وراجعا توفيقه إلهي
مستغفرا ربي من التقصير
مستغفرا ربي من التقصير ومستمدا به كبير
ومستمدا فضله كبير. سبحان ربي سالم من الغير
سبحان ربي
سالم من الغير ولم يحط وهم به ولا فكر. طيب إن شاء الله. جزاكم الله خير. Who from the girls that memorized that hasn't memorized from before? What's your name? Amira. Munira? You're Munira or Munira? Munira. Read from Allahu Rabbuna huwal ma'budu. رحمن فالرحمة وصف ذاته طيب I didn't tell you guys, but we're doing Al-Awwal, Al-Aakhir, Al-Dhaahir, Al-Baatin today, inshallah, too. طيب? MashaAllah. No, actually, it's not my left hand. I don't know why the camera makes the, this is my right hand. I don't know why the camera makes it look like the left side. It's something to do with the way that the camera records, but this is my right hand. And we're drinking with our right hand.
If you record with the outside lens, it's going to record straight, but you're recording with the backwards lens, so it's the refraction is backwards.
Okay, so it's reversing the side, but alhamdulillah, we're drinking with our right hand.
Alhamdulillah.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وبه نستعين وعلى أمور الدنيا والدين وصلى الله وسلم على سيدنا محمد خاتم النبيين وآله وصحبه أجمعين ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. Today, inshallah ta'ala, we're going to take more than we normally take, but we're going to give less explanation. So that way, inshallah, we start to get done with more. And all of these names that we're going to, they're similar, have similar meanings, inshallah. طيب? So we're starting today with حي حياة بالكمال فاضلة لا عدم سابق ولا يعرض له نقص ولا نوم ولا فناء لوجهه الدوام والبقاء بقاء. طيب. So what does it mean? حي حياة بالكمال فاضلة. حي, this is the name of Allah, Al-Hayy. The name of Allah, Al-Hayy. Meaning the ever living. Meaning the ever living. This is a name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that describes Allah himself. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is ever living. There's never a time that he subhanahu wa ta'ala did not exist. There was never a time that he subhanahu wa ta'ala did not exist. He is Al-Hayy. And it is a Hayy, a living. The name Al-Hayy, it means and it has certain sifat that are connected to it. Because the one who is living means that they have actions. So Al-Hayy, the name Al-Hayy indicates that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has actions, that he does things. As well, Al-Hayy, it means that Allah has knowledge. Why? Because the thing that is living always has perception and senses. There's nothing that's living that does not have actions and perception. If it does not have one of the two, it is considered dead. It's considered dead if it doesn't have the ability to sense or perceive something. It's considered what? Dead. and it has to have some sort of action or it's considered dead. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has the most perfect life. So that means that his actions and his ability to perceive and gain and have knowledge of things, because when we say perceive, we're talking about the senses, the sight, the hearing. These are things that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has of the most perfect level, that he's able to see and hear of the most perfect level. His ability to have knowledge of things is complete and nothing escapes him. Nothing escapes the knowledge of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So he is perfect in his ability to hear, to see, and to perceive those things that are going on. And he has actions, of course. So all of the actions of Allah that show his perfect actions, from his irada, his will, his ability, his qudra, all of these are under the name Al-Hayy. All of these indicate or are under the name Al-Hayy. Any of the names and attributes of Allah that show his irada, his ability, his sam', his hearing, his basar, his seeing, his ilm. All of this is from the proof of Allah being what? Al-Hayy. طيب. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he mentions his name Al-Hayy in the Quran. Someone tell me an ayah that you know where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions the name Al-Hayy.
هو الحي القيوم.
The whole ayah.
The whole
Allahu la ilaha illahu Al-Hayyul Qayyum, right? And then we know that this is a living that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala never takes a break. He never takes a break. He's never sleeping. He's never resting, right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the complete living, the complete form of life. Then we say that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has a life that, as it says in the poem, Hayyun hayatan bil kamali fa'adila. That's what it's speaking about here, that it's a complete and perfect type of life. His actions are perfect due to it. So Hayyun hayatan bil kamali fa'adila, it means Allah is the Hayy, the one who is ever living, and it's a complete hayatan bil kamali fa'adila, means it's a complete and perfect life. He lives a what? Complete and perfect life. That's the meaning here of hayatan bil kamali fa'adila, that it's a complete and perfect life. La udma sabiqun wa la ya'ridu lah. There was never a time that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not exist. That's what la udma sabiqun means. There was never a time that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not exist. La udma sabiqun, it means there was never a time that Allah did not exist. Wa la ya'ridu lah, and he will never be affected by or be exposed to. Wa la ya'ridu lah means he will never be affected by or exposed to. Nawmun wala naqsun wala fana'u. Excuse me, naqsun wala nawm wala fana'u. He will never be affected by or exposed to any deficiency. A deficiency of a person that takes a break. That's a deficiency of our life. That we need to sleep. That we have to do things to be able to live, right? We can't live on our own. Allah doesn't have those defects. Wala nawmun, he never takes a break or a rest. He's never forgetful. Wala fana'u. Fana'u means that he will never go extinct. Fana'u. Fana'u. He will never, there's never a time that Allah will not exist. That's what la fana'u mean. What does la fana'u mean? So,
It will never die.
he will never, fana'u means to be died, to go extinct, to cease living, right? That's fana'u. Allah will never be a time where Allah will not exist. There will never be a time where Allah will not exist. لِوَجْهِ الدَّوَامُ وَالْبَقَاءُ. His face, for his face, meaning face here, it doesn't mean just his face. It means that the most noble part of a being is their face normally. So when it says لِوَجْهِ, it means his whole being. His whole being is being indicated by the word liwajhihi. It doesn't just mean his face is the only thing that will remain forever, but it means his whole being. Liwajhihi dawamu. Well, where's the hufad? Where are the people who memorize? Dawamu what? Baqa'u. That his dawam means that it will always be there, forever and ever. Dawam. They say one thing that you should do is that you should make dua. One of the du'as that you should make for your parents is that Allah keeps them for you, right? Adamahullah. You ask Allah to, keep them forever for you. We shouldn't make dua that, oh Allah, I can't wait till they die and I get their inheritance. No. We ask Allah, Adamahu, Allah, make them live forever for us, to always be there for us. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who will always exist. Ad-Dawam is for Allah. Wal-Baqa is for Allah. Meaning that He will never, ever not be. And that's important to understand. Why is that important to understand? Who knows?
Say that one more time.
Why is it important to understand that Allah will remain forever?
That's sifat of Rabb.
It's the sifat of the Rabb, yes?
But it's also to establish that Allah has no creator, and that
That's true.
That's sifat al-Zati, right?
One of the benefits of it is that you never have to doubt Allah not being there for you. Allah is the one that you never ever have to doubt Him not being there for you. وَتَوَكَّلْ عَلَى الْحَيُّ الَّذِي لَا يَمُوتُ. That's what Allah says, right? And rely on the one who what? Is high and will never die. What type of tawakkul is that? That Allah tells you to rely on Him, the one who is alive and will never die. Because the nature of human beings is what? We're going to die.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm there for you today and tomorrow I'm dead. Maybe I'm there for you today and tomorrow you call me, I don't pick up the phone. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, whenever you call out to Allah, whenever you need Allah, He will be there. You don't have to worry about that. Allah is al-hayy la yamut. He will never die. And that allows your heart to be comfortable with relying on Allah and asking Allah for your needs, because you know that Allah will always be there, no matter what. And His life is perfect. He's always hearing. He's always seeing. He's always understanding. There's nothing that Allah misses. Then, as well, one of the benefits of this name is that you begin to understand what? That I'm a human being. I won't live forever. This life is short. Even so much so, right? This is why we show that we don't worship the Prophet ﷺ. Why? Why don't we worship the Prophet ﷺ? Because he dies. So that means that the characteristic of one who to be worshipped is that they never die. What did Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu say when the people were going crazy? When Umar, right? We all love Umar, right? Umar jumped up and he said, when the Prophet ﷺ passed away, Umar jumped up and he said what? If I hear one of you say that Muhammad has died, I'm going to cut his neck off. So now everybody got, oh, Umar. Umar was a giant. Did you know that? Umar was huge. Yeah. So Umar's talking, and people are like, whoa, Umar's talking about he's going to cut their head off if they say it. So everyone became quiet, except for who? Little Abu Bakr. Remind me that Abu Bakr was a little guy. Maybe not little, but he was very thin, right? So thin that his izar, his ma'wish used to fall down a lot. It wouldn't even stay up on him, right? He used to complain to the Prophet ﷺ about this. When the Prophet ﷺ, he said, Al-izar fi nar, he said, ma asfala min ka'bayn fi nar. The Prophet ﷺ said, whatever is below the ankles is in the fire, right? From the izar, the lower garment. So Abu Bakr became scared. Ya Rasulullah. And he said, not you, Abu Bakr. Right? What does that mean? Abu Bakr, his garments, he was so thin, he had a situation with his back, right, that it would fall down all the time. So he wasn't a big guy, but he stood up to Umar because of the iman in his heart. He stood up to Umar, and Umar looked at him, and he said, "Man ya'budu Muhammad, fa inna Muhammad qad mat." Whoever worshipped Muhammad, Muhammad has died. وَمَن يَعْبُدُ اللَّهِ فَإِنَّ اللَّهُ حَيٌّ لَا يَمُوتُ. But whoever worshipped Allah, Allah is alive and He'll never die. That's the difference. Allah will never die. If you worship Allah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will never die. As well, it comes in a hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to making a dua. And he's just saying this dua, Allahumma laka aslamtu wa bika amantu wa alayka tawakkaltu. Oh Allah, for you I have submitted. Wa bika amantu, and to you I believe, and in you I believe. Wa alayka tawakkaltu, and upon you I put my trust. Wa ilayka anabtu, and upon you I turn back to when I'm sinning, I'm messing up, I turn back to Allah. Wa bika khasamtu, and you are the one that I seek to argue on my behalf when there's argument, right? Allahumma inni a'udhu bi'izzatika la ilaha illa ant. Oh Allah, I seek refuge in your izzah, in your might. And there's no one who deserves to be worshipped except for you. I seek refuge in what? That you misguide. That you cause me to be misguided. أنت الحي الذي لا يموت والإنس والجن يموتون. And Allah Ta'ala, the Prophet used to say what? And you are the one who is living, ever living, and will never die. But the jinn and mankind, they will die. But the jinn and mankind, they will die. Right? So again, this is a proof that what? The only one who deserves to be worshipped is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and He is Al-Hayy Alladhi La Yamut. He is the one who is alive, and He will never die. Tayyib. The next name that we'll deal with, inshallah, is the name Al-Qayyum. What is his name? Al-Qayyum. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is, as we mentioned before, Allahu la ilaha illahu al-hayyul qayyum. He is the one who is alive. He is Al-Qayyum. Al-Qayyum, it means the one who establishes something, right? But He also sustains it. Al-Qayyum, it means what? The one who establishes something, but He also sustains it. He also maintains it. He also makes sure that it keeps going the way it's supposed to go. He is Al-Qayyum. So in the Qayyum. He is Al-Qayyum.
What's the meaning of it?
The one who establishes and sustains. It's not just establishes it, but He also maintains it and sustains it. Make sure it keeps going, right? Properly. For Allah, the poem says, وَقَائِمٌ بِذَاتِهِ قَيُّومُ. So it means the one who is established by Himself. And this is the point. That Allah Ta'ala is Al-Qayyum, but He's the one who's established on His own. Everything else in creation. There is nothing, not me, not you, nothing in creation is able to be established and take care of itself. Everyone and everything needs Allah. Everyone and everything needs Allah. Without Allah, nothing will exist. Without Allah, nothing will exist. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala exists on Himself, by Himself, and doesn't need anything. Turn this off. Turn that switch on. So Allah is what? Established on His own. قَائِمٌ بِذَاتِهِ. He's the one that establishes Himself. He doesn't need any help. Is established on His own. بِذَاتِهِ. بِذَاتِهِ means His self. بِذَاتِهِ means His self. He's the one that takes, He doesn't need anything. قَائِمٌ بِذَاتِهِ قَيُّومُ لِكُلِّ كَائِنَاتِهِ مُقِيمُ. But for everything that's in existence, He is the one who maintains it. There is nothing besides Allah. وَكُلُّ مَا سِوَى اللَّهِ بَاطِلُ. Everything besides Allah is false. Everything besides Allah is creation. Al-Khaliq ba'inun min al-makhluq. The Creator is separate and distinct from His creation. The Creator, being Allah, is separate and distinct from His creation. So all of the sifat of Allah that deal with Him providing and taking care of the creation all fall under this name, Al-Qayyum. From Allah's khalq, from Him creating, from His being a rizq, Him providing, right? Him ihsan, His kareem, all of that fall under Al-Qayyum. Any of the actions of Allah that deal with Him maintaining the creation fall under this name, Al-Qayyum. Al-Qayyum. Is that clear? Again, لِكُلِّ كَائِنَاتِهِ مُقِيمٌ. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, some of the scholars say that if you ask Allah with these two names together, Allah is going to give you. Allah is going to give you. These are powerful names of Allah. That you, أَسْتَغِيثُ بِرَحْمَتِكَ يَا حَيُّ الْقَيُّومُ, right? that when you have a difficulty, you say what? Astaghithu bi rahmatika ya arham ya qayyum ya hayyu ya qayyum. I seek your istighatha. Is the type of help that you seek from Allah when you're going through a big problem. Alaikum salam, ya late man. Ya mutaakhir. It's okay, wait. You know what you owe me, brother. Don't play with me. Don't play. What time is it? 2:24. Give me 60 push-ups. Thank you. Jazakumullah khair. Wait, you just came too? Oh, he came by us. Okay. Tired. That works for me. Anyway, who's late? Who was late?
Can I snitch?
No, he's excused. We don't need his push-ups. He did them already. These guys, they need push-ups. 60.
Right now?
Yeah, not tomorrow.
We want to see that 60. Let's get that.
طيب. So وقائم بذاته القيوم لكل كائناته مقيم. Come on, focus. ركز عليه. What? وقائم بذاته قيوم. Somebody tell me what this line means. You know it? Go ahead. You raise your hand? Oh. By himself. And he doesn't need anything or anyone. Tayyib Al-Qayyum. The name is Al-Qayyum. What's next? لِكُلِّ كَائِنَاتِهِ. For everything that's in existence. Kainat means whatever is in existence. Everything in existence is what? Kainat. لِكُلِّ كَائِنَاتِهِ مُقِيمُ. He's the one that maintains and sustains it. So again, we said the name of Allah Ta'ala, Al-Qayyum, is the one who is established by himself and everything else needs him. He needs nothing, but everything else needs him. He's Al-Qayyum. So who needs him? I need him. Right? Who needs him? No, don't say we now.
It's creation.
Now it's I. Who needs him? I. Make yourself feel that. Right? That I need Allah. I need Allah. Right? Why do I need Allah? Because it just feels good?
I'm makhluk in Scotland.
Because he's Qayyum. Not just because it feels good and we worship Allah, but you really actually need Allah. You can't even exist without him. Do you understand that?
Because he's a sustainer.
Our heartbeat to him.
SubhanAllah, like really pay attention to what that means, that Allah is Al-Qayyum. Wait. Pay attention to what that means, that Allah is Al-Qayyum. That I have no ability to do anything without him. I need him to exist. I cannot even exist without Al-Qayyum. Right? That's why when we have a problem, we have a need, something, right? We ask Allah, oh Allah, astaghithu. I'm asking you, Ya Rabbil Alameen, bi rahmatika. And then we say, what? Ya Hayyu Ya Qayyum. Why? Because he is the one to do it. He's the one to remove this difficulty from me. He is the one that can do it. No one else can do it. That's the reality. I might be able to borrow $10 from you, but in reality, Allah is the one who provides. Allah put it in your heart to give it to me at that moment or not.
True.
Right?
True.
Tayyib. The next name. Are we going too fast? Is this a better speed for you all? Not a lot of information? You like that? Not too much? You want more information? All right, go ahead. You have a question? Well, I have a nice treat for you, though. I have a nice treat for you all, alhamdulillah. I thought it was nice, so I hope you like it too. It's a gift from me to you. I hope you guys appreciate the gift I give you. Inshallah. Tayyib. Now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the next name that we're going to go to, the next four names actually, Al-Awwal, Al-Aakhir, Al-Dhaahir, and what? Al-Baatin. Al-Awwal, Al-Aakhir, Al-Dhaahir, and Al-Baatin. Pay attention, please. These names are very beautiful names of Allah. Al-Awwal, the first. Al-Aakhir, the last. Al-Dhaahir, we want to say the superior. That's what we're going to use for Al-Dhaahir. the superior one. I like that. Al-Dhaahir, the superior one. The most superior one, right? Al-Baatin, the one who knows the most innermost things. The most hidden things are aware to him. Al-Baatin. Baatin. The most hidden things are aware to him. Tayyib, pay attention, please. Yeah, I did. The first. I said Awwal first. Tayyib, pay attention, please. وأول لا شيء كان قبله السابق الأشياء فلا ابتداء له. The poet, he says, it's very important to understand this. This is very important to understand. This is my gift to you. These 4 names, with a little something extra I'm going to show you later, is a gift from me to you. Why? Because this is a question that comes up so often. It comes up so often. Well, how was Allah, what was before Allah? Right? People heard this question before?
Yeah.
People say, well, what's going to be after Allah? Right? What's before Allah? What's above Allah? Right? These 4 names show how Allah has encompassed all of his creation. Pay attention to what I just said. It's a fa'idah. That's for me. The Al-Awwal, Al-Aakhir, Ad-Dhaahir, and Al-Baatin, these 4 names show how Allah has encompassed all of the creation. How Allah has what? Surrounded. How Allah has what? Control over all of the creation. Why? We say that creation is of 2 types, right? Or time, things are of 2 types. Time, zamaniyya, wa makaniyya. Things are what? Either place or time. Is there anything else besides place or time in creation? Everything is either inside of a time or a place. Right? Yes or no? Any scientists here that want to say no? Everything is what? Either in a time or a place. Meet me at that time. Where? At that place. Right? Tayyib. So Allah Ta'ala, He is Al-Awwal. He is the first one. La shay'a kana qablahu. And there was nothing that came before him. So a person says, well, who came before Allah? La shay'a kana qablahu. What's the answer? Someone says, what came before Allah? Your mind starts wondering, what came before Allah? La shay'a kana qablahu. There is nothing that ever came before Allah. As-sabiqul ashya falabtida lahu. He's the one who preceded everything falabtida lahu. And there is no beginning for him. Now pay attention to that. That's a very important thing. Just because we say Allah is the first doesn't mean that he had a beginning. Just because we say he's the first doesn't mean he had a beginning. He is the first falabtida lahu. He's the first, but there's no beginning for him. He's the first, but there's no beginning for him. Does that make sense?
He's the ever living. He always have and always will be.
But again, now he's Al-Awwal. He's the first. What came before Allah?
No.
It's not what I said.
Nothing came up.
La shay'a kana qablahu.
Oh, those are
La shay'a kana qablahu.
nothing came before.
La shay'a kana qablahu. What does that mean? Nothing came before Allah. In Arabic, it sounds a lot better than nothing came before Allah. You know why? Because in Arabic, we say la shay, nothing at all. This la is nafi lil jins. La shay'a. When the la comes like this and the fatha on this la shay'a, this nafi, it negates everything that can be involved in that. La shay'a kana. Nothing at all, ever, even imaginable came before Allah. La shay'a kana qablahu. Yes.
La udman sabikun.
La udma sabikun wa la ya'ridu lah.
And this is the same?
No, they're not the same. Because la udma means there was never a time that he did not exist.
No.
And la shay'a means nothing came before him. So la udma sabikun means there was never a time that he did not exist. وَلَا شَيْءَ كَانَ قَبْلَهُ means there's nothing that preceded him in existence. He was always there. He was always there. فَلَا ابْتِدَاءَ لَهُ. There's no what? Beginning for him. Allah has no beginning. Then we say what? وَآخِرٌ لَا شَيْءَ يَبْقَى بَعْدَهُ. And he is the last one, and there is nothing يَبْقَى بَعْدَهُ. There's nothing that will remain in existence after him. Subhanahu wa ta'ala. Al-Aakhir, وَآخِرٌ لَا شَيْءَ يَبْقَى بَعْدَهُ وَآخِرٌ لَا شَيْءَ يَبْقَى بَعْدَهُ. He is the last, and there will be nothing that remains after him. وَآخِرٌ.
So that's Al-Baatin.
No. وَآخِر. وآخر لا شيء يبقى بعده. وآخر لا شيء يبقى بعده. وآخر لا شيء يبقى بعده. He is the last and nothing will exist after him. What does that tell us about ourselves? We're going to die. And the only way that we'll ever live is in Jannah, is what Allah has granted us living. But here's the difference between us and Allah. Even though we'll live forever in Jannah, we still tasted death. Allah will never die.
In Jannah we will taste the death?
No, we taste death in this life.
Okay.
In Jannah we live, inshallah,
Okay.
forever. Forever. But that means in Jannah. But in this life we're going to die. So we have to think about that and prepare for that. That we are going to die. Why do we have to die? Because only Allah never takes. Allah is the only one that will always stay. Al-Hayy la yamut. We have to die. There's la mahala. You're going to die. Quiet. Because your death will come sooner. Keep talking in class. وآخر لا شيء يبقى بعده له البقاء بلا فناء وحده. له البقاء ولا فناء وحده. For him is to remain forever, and he will never cease himself. Only alone. This is for him alone. فلا فناء ولا فناء له. That only Allah, بلا فناء وحده, only Allah will remain in existence forever. بلا فناء وحده. That only Allah has the ability to never ever die out. Only Allah has that ability. بلا فناء, not for us, وحده, for him alone. He is the only one that lives بلا فناء, without ever dying out. He's the only one that has this. Does that make sense? له البقاء بلا فناء وحده. For him is to remain forever, and he will never, himself, only him, will never die out. بلا فناء وحده. This فناء is for him alone. بلا فناء is for him alone. بلا فناء وحده is for who?
Him alone.
For Allah alone. Now, we say, وَالظَّاهِرٌ عَلَى جَمِيعَ خَلْقِ لَمْ يَعْلُ خَلْقٌ أَبَدًا مِنْ فَوْقِ. So, a reality we learn here is what? Even if you're first in something, you'll never be the first one. Right? Allah is always before everyone. Even if you're the last one today, right? You say, yes, I'm the last one to make the money. Or I'm the last one to keep doing it. There's always Allah who'll be the last one after you. It's always, regardless of what you think and what you want to be, you're always just going to be creation. You're always just going to be creation. طيب? وظاهر على جميع خلقي لم يعلو خلق أبدا من فوقي. Then he says what? That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Al-Dhaahir. What is the meaning of this word Al-Dhaahir? Why do we say superior? Because the word Dhahir in Lugha, in Arabic, it has the meaning of ala shay, to be above something, and it also has the meaning of ghalib shay, to overcome something. That's what Allah says, what? فَأَصْبَحُوا ظَاهِرِينَ. That they became the ones who overcame the other ones. فَأَصْبَحُوا ظَاهِرِينَ. They overcame them. And Allah Ta'ala, so that shows what? Ghalab. They overcame. They were the superior ones, right? As well for the word
The Zahir.
Dha.
Za.
Dha.
Okay. It's not
That's the one that you would say Zaf, but it's actually Dha here.
Zahir.
No.
Za.
Dha here, yeah.
So it's not
It's Zal, right?
It's a Dha.
Za. It's Toy, Zoy. What it starts with Zal. Zal.
Dha. So look, it's ta. So I know what you're saying
Okay.
because I know, but I know like most of the like in the area where you're from, they say like Zahir, but it's really Dhahir.
Okay, but Zahir is yes, so yes. Okay, the Zahir is opposite of Batin,
Yes,
right?
but Dhahir.
Zahir.
Yeah, the Dhahir is the opposite of Baatin.
Okay.
Yes. So Awwal is the opposite of Aakhir.
Something that we can see that's a Zahir, which is we cannot see that's a Batin.
Close. That is really what it means. In Arabic, like you say, that's Dhahir. But when we're talking about Allah, what do we mean?
Okay.
Because we don't see Allah.
But this is Sifat of Allah. Allah can see whatever we can see, the Zahir.
Part of that meaning is that, yes, he sees the appearance stuff, but also the meaning of the word Dhahir is to be what? The most high.
Okay.
Why do we know that? Allah says in the Quran, وَمَعَارِجَ عَلَيْهَا يَظْهَرُونَ. And yes.
That which has overcome that which was created?
No,
Over that?
no. طيب. So the meaning of the word Dhahir is the one that is the superior one, overcomes anything. There's nothing that can overcome Allah. And also means he's the most high. High above everything else. Because the word Dhahir also means what? Adharu shay means the most highest thing.
What is
Highest.
What is the difference between Zahir
And Baatin.
and Ula?
And Al-A'la
Yes.
is similar in meaning. But Dhahir also carries the meaning of Ghalab, that it overcomes, that he's the one who overcomes everything. Al-A'la normally means that it's the most high. But Dhahir also has the meaning of it, is that they say, فَأَصْبَحُوا ظَاهِرِينَ, that they become superior, right? That they Allah overcame. Allah is the one that is Al-Aghlab, is the most superior of everything else. Nothing can be overcome Allah. Right? Some of the names of Allah, they have similar meanings. Small, latif difference. But Dhahir, it means that he is the most high. He's above his throne. Allah says what? Why are you guys talking? So the Dhahir is the one who does what? That overcomes everything. And he's the most high. He's Dhahir. طيب. فأصبح الظاهرين. No. As the mentions Ibn al-Athir says, في معنى الظاهر وهو الذي ظهر فوق كل شيء وعلى عليه. That he's the one who has overcome everything. He's high above everything, and he's the most exalted above it all. That's the meaning of the word Dhahir. طيب. And then we have the word Baatin. Above everything. Above everything. Nothing is more exalted above Allah. Nothing is more exalted above Allah. Nothing is more high or exalted above Allah. He is Al-Dhahir. He is Al-Dhahir. As Allah Ta'ala says in the Quran, هو الأول والآخر والظاهر والباطن وهو بكل شيء عليم. That's a beautiful ayah when you look at it. Why? Because even though he is Dhahir and he's the highest, he knows everything that's going on. Even though he's high above his throne, he knows everything that's going on amongst his creation. Because why do we know he's a Dhahir, he's the most high? What is the highest part of creation? What is the highest thing in the creation?
The highest is Arsh.
The Arsh.
Arsh.
The Arsh of Allah is the ceiling of the creation. The Arsh of Allah, Allah's throne, is the ceiling of the creation. That's the highest point of creation.
What's the word again?
The Arsh. And Allah is above the Arsh. Right? And Allah is what? Above the Arsh. And the Arsh is the highest point of creation. طيب. Al-Baatin. Al-Baatin is the one who knows the most hidden things. The most hidden things are aware and easily known to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Allah ta'ala says, وَبَاطِنٌ أَدْنَى مِنَ الْوَرِيدِ بِعِلْمِهِ وَحِفْظِهِ الْعَتِيدِ وَبَاطِنُ أَدْنَى مِنَ الْوَرِيدِ. And he is al-Baatin, and he's closer to you than your own jugular vein. He's al-Baatin, and he's closer to you than your own jugular vein. بِعِلْمِهِ وَحِفْظِهِ الْعَتِيدِ. Jugular vein, wareed, right? He's that close to you. By his what? بِعِلْمِهِ وَحِفْظِهِ. By his knowledge and his knowledge and his preservation of you. Yeah, you know what your jugular vein is?
Jugular vein.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's close to you, right? If somebody's that close to you, like, yo, back up, yo, you up in my space. What's up with you? All right? You're in my personal space. You don't want nobody up on you like that, right? You start throwing your jabs and your hooks. So Allah is telling you what? That he's closer to you than your jugular vein.
That you can die from.
You could die from that. Somebody hit with a nice chop, right? Stab you there, you just a nice chop on your jugular
Stop your
vein.
circulation for
Yeah.
a little while. Yeah.
Crush it if you can crush it.
That's how most people pass out when they
Yeah.
jugular.
So, Allah says he's closer to you than that. Does that mean that Allah is here in the creation with us?
No.
Does that mean Allah is everywhere?
No.
Allah is everywhere.
Huh?
Allah is everywhere.
No. Allah is not
He's
everywhere.
on his cursey.
He's above
He's
his
above.
throne. So what does this mean, right? Pay attention, I'll kick everybody out. What does it mean that Allah is above his throne? What does it mean that Allah is here comes the question, is Allah everywhere? No.
No.
This is an aqidah al-batila that comes from some of the people that they say that Allah is everywhere. Some of the people who have the incorrect aqidah. They say that Allah is everywhere. What does it mean? Why do they say like Allah is everywhere? I'll take it. No. They say Allah is everywhere because we know that Allah sees and hears everything. But it doesn't mean that he is everywhere with his that, himself. What does that mean if we say Allah is everywhere? Where does it lead to? This belief that Allah is everywhere. It leads to
Sure.
get out of my class. Follow. Go. Go. You three. Or you. No, you go. Ask me. I am the class. Al-Baatin. Al-Baatin. What do we say about Al-Baatin?
We were talking about some people say that.
How do we know if Allah is everywhere? Is Allah everywhere? No. What does it lead to by saying Allah is everywhere? Huh? What do you say?
Allah hears and sees.
What does it lead to us if we say Allah is everywhere? Is Allah in the bathroom?
We saying the wrong things. We'll be lying.
Wait. No, it leads to something. And it leads to what they call wahdatul wujud. It's a belief called wahdatul wujud, where people say that they are one in existence. Allah, that they're one. Everything in existence is one thing. Everything in existence is one thing. Why? Because Allah is everywhere. This is what they say.
Well, it's 5% of teaching.
That's part of it, yeah. That's part of it. Wahdatul wujud is that everything in existence is one thing. So it means that people start to say what? That Allah is inside of me too. You see how dangerous this is?
That's what the Christians are saying.
Yeah, but it's Muslims that say it too. They say that Allah is everywhere, which means he's what? Inside of me too. Means he's what? Inside of me too. And what does that mean if he's inside of me too?
He's committing sins too.
No.
And they try to
They say I worship myself, I don't have to worship Allah.
Or they try to say that they're God.
They say that they're God. Because if Allah is inside of me, the person says, you'll see some of the extreme Sufis. They say, I've reached a level where I'm one with Allah. I no longer have to worship Allah because I am Allah. Yeah. But that's what happens when you say Allah is everywhere. That's what it leads to. You say Allah is what? Everywhere. Then the person says, Allah is in me. Worship me. That's why even why some of the people, they worship the cows and they worship these things because they say Allah is in them. So we know and we say Allah is separate and distinct from his creation. Allah is where he said he is, which is where? Above his throne. Allah says, Ar-Rahmanu ala al-arsh istawa. That Ar-Rahman, Allah, has made istawa above his throne. That's where Allah is. Where's Allah?
Above
Above
his
his
throne.
Above his throne. That's where he is.
What's throne?
Throne, his arsh.
Okay.
He's above his arsh.
Right.
Does that make sense?
255.
No. That's sort of the ayat al-Kursi, but Allah says this in over 12 places in the Quran that he's above his throne. Tayyib. So we learn from that what? That Allah is everywhere by what? His ilm. By his knowledge. That's general. That Allah is everywhere by his knowledge. But what about for the believers when Allah says something like this in the Quran where Allah says, Inna Allah ma'al mu'mineen. Allah, Inna Allah ma'al muttaqeen. Right? What does that mean? Allah says he's with them by his protection of them and his preserving of them and his support of them. Bi nasrihi. By his support of them, he's with them. Not physically with them. Not physically with them, but by him supporting them. By his preserving them. Allah is with them. So that's what it means here. بِعِلْمِهِ وَحِفْظِهِ الْعَتِيدِ. By his knowledge and his preservation of them. His knowledge and his preservation of them. Allah is with them. But besides Allah is Al-Baatin. He knows their most innermost things. There's nothing that's hidden from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at all. Do you understand that? There's nothing that's hidden from Allah at all. Tayyib? Any questions about these about these 6 names? Any questions about these 6 names?
What is the last makhluk will die?
Al-Baatin is the one who knows the innermost things, the most hidden things. Allah knows it. I don't know. I heard something before, but I can't think of it right now. So I don't know. Yeah.
What's the purpose of bringing up these 6 names? Like,
That's where we are in the
serious
poem.
class, okay.
That's just where we
Okay. All right. Pardon me, I'm lost.
It's just where we are in the poem. Nah, any other questions? طيب سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك